So let's have a starting point today by asking about the report on title format. There is a model form of report on title on the City of London Law Society's website, which you can have a look at. But in short, what we will normally do is, first of all, in the report on title, identify the objective of our estates team. So this report has been prepared in connection with the acquisition of 124 Threadneedle Street, London. The purpose of this acquisition is to increase the City of London's commercial property portfolio, to buy the property in on the basis of some urban regeneration project, or whatever the purpose is. We need to do that. We need to specify to whom the report is addressed. Is it addressed to our estates department? Is it addressed to a particular individual within the estates department? Is it a reference document for a relevant committee? We need to make sure that we are addressing the report to a particular person or organisation. That's significant because it may be that the report falls into the hands, lenders, funders, joint venture participants, whoever, and we need to make sure that whoever does receive it, who shouldn't have received it, can't rely upon it. So in indicating to whom the report is addressed and specifying that no one else can rely upon it, we're protecting ourselves and our local authority. We need to think about, in the main body of the report, the work that we have undertaken with regard to due diligence. So we should set that work out. What steps ought to have been performed, what steps have been performed, and what are the results of those steps that have been performed. We should be identifying issues that are pertinent to objective, identifying issues that could be pertinent to any buyer of the property, identify issues that are pertinent with regard to funding and valuation. We should always be bearing in mind the fact that whilst this property and its title may be perfectly acceptable for our estates department, there may be issues with regard to the title or our due diligence that will be of significance or consequence if this site is sold on, or if the building on the site or the building that's constructed is going to be let. We then should have some form of summary. Again, repeating the client objective or the estates department's objective, and then highlighting features of the report that are pertinent to that objective. So, for example, this property has been bought in on the basis that we're going to use it for a sort of incubator for startup businesses. Okay, there may be a restrictive covenant that would impact on that intended use. There may be issues with regard to limitations concerning rights of way or car parking that would be relevant to that use. In the summary, we're flagging those things up. We should also be linking issues. So there might be an issue that there isn't the appropriate planning permission in place, or there are conditions relating to planning that will impact on client objective. In our executive summary, we should be highlighting the fact that although we have drawn to the client or the estates department's attention some key issues, the estates department should consider the entirety of the report on the basis that there may be other issues that are not pertinent directly to the objective, but would be pertinent to the decision as to whether or not the council proceeds in connection with the purchase. So this idea about tailoring the report is important. There isn't just a standard form of report that you bash out for every transaction and for every estates member or estates department or every committee. You've got to think all the time about client objective and making sure that what you are doing and producing is meaningful.